How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we have another battle with the Snow team, so hopefully it goes well. If you want to try the team out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. There's also a copy and paste of the team in the description down below. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, today we're battling versus Scorpion. Now, if you remember Scorpion from one of our last battles, he absolutely wrecked us with a Bishop in UU, and it was just crazy good. So hopefully this is some sort of redemption arc or something like that. Looking at the team, though, they've got a Glimmet, a Primate, a LYCANROC-DUSK, Espeon, Magnezone, and a Miss Major. So looking at their team, our Espeon's going to put in some fine work here. You know, the Primate gets outsped and KO'd by a Psychic. The Glimmet, obviously, is not a big problem for our Espeon. I think we lead Espeon because they probably lead with the Glimmet, and then we just go straight for a Psychic because it's going to hurt everything on their team. Even the Magnezone's not going to appreciate a Spec Psychic from this thing. And the battle begins, so Scorpion's going to lead off with Glimmet as expected. Oh my god, that thing's adorable. As we let off with Espeon, we're obviously Magic Bounce, so this thing can't set up hazards or anything like that. We're also not going to activate its Toxic Debris with the Psychic, so that's great. Glimmet, though, it's such a niche Pokemon, but it actually works really well in RU. When I was making this team, all I saw was Glimmets everywhere, so we'll go for a Psychic anyway. They probably switch out. They don't attack us because they can't KO us, so I don't think they do that. They're going to withdraw Glimmet. They kind of have to. What are they going to go into? The Magnezone, probably? Yeah, the Magnezone comes in. Let's see how well Magnezone takes this Psychic. It's probably going to tank it. It depends what set it is, but it should still do some decent damage. That's good damage. That's good damage right there. We made a nice dent into it. So we'll go into Goodra now, our Assault Vest Pokemon. Can definitely take a hit from this Magnezone, no problem. They probably go for a Volt Switch and then out into something like the Lycanroc. Or even the Primate, to be honest with you. So we'll go into Goodra anyway. There we go. They go for a Volt Switch. Absolutely fine by me. We're going to eat out like a snack. Perfect. And you may have noticed we're playing at level 100. That's because my opponent's team, his EV spreads were more optimized for level 100. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then you can look up videos on that. It's too much to go into, really. In comes Glimmet, though. What we're going to do is we're going to go straight back into Espeon because we're not trying to have Stealth Rocks on our side of the field. I would much rather them be on their side of the field. That's the more ideal situation. Anyway, they withdraw the Glimmet. They're obviously trying to bait out the Espeon, which makes sense. And they're going to go into their own Espeon. So that's a pretty interesting one. Espeon versus Espeon is an interesting one. So they obviously knew we were going to go into Espeon, and they brought their Espeon in. So that's a pretty interesting turn of events right there. Now, we could go for the Terrestrialized Fire into the Tera Blast, expecting a Shadow Ball right now. It might be a bit risky, but I'm actually more inclined to switch back into Goodra, to be honest with you. I think Goodra's a solid one. Let's go Goodra. We'll go back Goodra. If they go for Psy Shock instead of Psychic, then we might get screwed over by the Espeon, but we should be alright. So let's go ahead and go into Goodra real quick. They go for a Shadow Ball, trying to get the KO on our Espeon. Makes sense. And that damage tells me they're probably Life Orb. There we go. Confirmed it themselves. So anyway, looking at this matchup, we have free reign to go for a Draco. They're going to struggle to get Magnezone in because Magnezone can't take Fire Blast really, and it can't really do anything to us in return. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a Draco right now. I see absolutely no reason not to. They go for a Calm Mind, which is kind of terrifying at the same time. But I'm pretty confident we can take any hit this thing wants to throw at us even after a Calm Mind. So let's go for that nice and powerful Draco Meteor. We do miss, which is really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. So we do have options. We have the Braviary, of course. Let's drop a Draco and see what's going to happen here. See if they're going to set up Calm Minds. Even if they do set up loads of Calm Minds, they go for a Dazzling Gleam. Does a lot of damage. Not going to lie. Does a lot of damage. And we're going to miss the Draco, aren't we? No, we don't. That's good. We don't miss the Draco, as that Draco does a lot of damage despite the Calm Mind, which is amazing. So, if we expect a Dazzling Gleam, do we have an option? Not really. Not really. We can switch in Abomasnow to a... They probably go for a Psychic because Psychic will finish us off anyway. I think we might lose Goodra here. I don't really have a switch in, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Goodra. So they go for the Psychic. Yeah, so couldn't really go into Abomasnow there. Abomasnow could take a Dazzling Gleam, but maybe not a Psychic. Maybe not a Psychic at +1 with Life Orb. Maybe not. But the Life Orb is going to come through, which is great. It's not going to finish off the Espeon, but we have Braviary for that. We can just go for a U-turn. So let's go into Braviary, the Patriot that he is. And we'll just take out this Espeon. We are Choice Scarf, so we can outspeed it, no problem. We'll go for a U-turn, and they probably just let the Espeon go down here, but they might not. There we go. They're going to let the Espeon go down to the U-turn. Makes absolute sense to me. As down it goes. So that's one threat out of the way at least. Espeon is a very big threat in its own right. And Braviary is going to come on back to us. So we've got a couple of options here. I think the best thing we can do is go into our Abomasnow, get the Aurora Veil up. But they're going to get initiative on whatever we bring in. So it might be better for us to go into Espeon direct. So I'm going to go into Espeon real quick. We're going to Dazzler the Espeon. There we go. Dazzler comes in. Because they're going to be more inclined to bring in something like the Mismagius. Because Mismagius can definitely one-shot us with Shadow Ball. In comes Lycanroc, which is an interesting one. So Lycanroc is an interesting one because it's probably going to go for a Stealth Rocks, right? Expecting us to switch out. Because they typically run Stealth Rock, Taunt, Accelerock, and Close Combat. Don't think they'll have the Dazzling Gleam, but they probably have Focus Sash. So I'm going to go into Avalugg right now, knowing we can take any hit this thing wants to throw at us, no problem. I'm going to go into the Avalugg. We can definitely take a hit from this thing. We're going to Beardo over here, the Avalugg. Nice and tiny. They go for a Stone Edge. We should be able to take that, no problem. We do take that, no problem, which is amazing. We can just go for a Body Press now and take this thing out. However, I'm going to go ahead and expect them to switch out into something else. I'm going to expect them to go into Magnezone or Mismagius. Now, if they go Magnezone, we probably want to hit it with a Body Press. But Body Press is pretty obviously coming right now. So what we could do instead is we could go into our Braviary. Problem with Braviary is... No. I say we go for a Avalanche expecting the Mismagius, and if they do attack us, then we can just go ahead and get a Body Press off the next turn. So I think we go for Avalanche here. I think Avalanche is a solid play. They do actually Terrestrialize, which is really interesting. What are they going to Terrestrialize into, though? That's the real question. What are they going to Terrestrialize into? A Rock type. Okay, so they're going for Pure Rock. That means their Stone Edge is going to do double the damage as last time. But that also means that our Avalanche is going to do some decent damage as well. They go for the Stone Edge. They do hit it. Lycanroc's going to come through for them right now as it nearly gets the KO, as we're able to go for an Avalanche right now and do a lot of damage to them. So that's perfect. We've set up now. We're good to go. The only problem we've got now is Avalugg is basically dead, and he's our Rapid Spinner. So I'm going to go for an Avalanche again. They go for the Accelerock. That's probably going to KO us, no problem. Tough Claws boosted as well. So I think it's base 60 with Tough Claws. So it's not far off Stone Edge, so you know there's not a lot we could have done there. So I'm looking at this matchup, and I'm thinking Braviary is going to get one-shotted by the Accelerock. I think our best bet is going into the Abomasnow, because Abomasnow can go for an Ice Shard right now, which is going to force them to go for a Accelerock, which isn't going to do as much damage, and they know the Ice Shard's coming. So let's go for the Ice Shard real quick and just get that out of the way. They're going to withdraw the Lycanroc. What are they going to go into? The Magnezone? Probably the Magnezone, right? Glimmet. Glimmet comes in. Now, we know what Glimmet wants to do here. It wants to set up Stealth Rocks. It wants to do all that wonderful stuff. So Ice Shard does 2-hit KO, which is actually really good. Ice Shard is a 2-hit KO on the Glimmet because it's not a Violite. You wouldn't run a Violite. You'd run a Focus Sash or something. So I'm just going to go for another Ice Shard right now and take this thing out. There we go. Ice Shard comes through. That's going to take out Glimmet, no problem. They do get full Toxic Spikes up on our side of the field, which could matter down the line. But that's a brilliant play for my opponent. It guarantees them getting some hazards up. That's definitely a brilliant play by my opponent. I really thought they would stay in with the Lycanroc and go for the Accelerock, to be honest with you. In comes Magnezone. Now, Magnezone's a tough one here because we do not have a very good switch into Magnezone at all. We have no switch into Magnezone at all. We have literally none. Literally 0 switch into Magnezone. That's a real shame. So, looking at this matchup, there is a chance that Beartic will live. There is a chance that Beartic will live. We don't necessarily need Beartic. I think Espeon's our win condition, so I'm going to go ahead and go into Beartic. I want to keep Abomasnow around just because it's a bit bulkier than Beartic, and it should be able to handle that. That Ice Shard's going to come in handy later on down the line, I can just tell. So we'll go into Beartic. We'll let it go down to a Flash Cannon. It's going to get poisoned, which is absolutely doesn't matter because this Flash Cannon's going to definitely KO us, no problem there. As down we go. So that's definitely going to be choice specs, I would guess. I would guess choice specs, because we're not seeing leftovers or anything like that. So let's go into Espeon. We could Tera Blast Fire, and that'll hurt everything on their team pretty well. I think that's definitely our play. I think that's definitely our play right now. So we'll go into Dazzler real quick, the Espeon. They're probably thinking we're going to go for a Shadow Ball, in which case they don't really have the best switch-ins in the world. But I'm not. I'm going to go for a Tera Blast Fire, and that'll definitely be able to finish off the Magnezone. And even if they are Choice Scarf right now, and the outspeed doesn't go for Flash Cannon, we can live that Flash Cannon because we're going to be a Fire type. There we go. They stay in. That implies to me that they are Choice Scarfed, and they just wanted to get some damage off on the Espeon before it wrecks House. So Espeon's going to Terastallize into a Fire type, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There we go. Let's go for that Tera Blast Fire. They actually aren't Choice Scarf, which is even better because it means we don't have to take any chip damage. Tera Blast Fire is going to come through and take out the Magnezone nice and easily. So there we go. The only downside to it, was a crit, doesn't matter. There's no way that mattered. It was Choice Specs and Stab. The only downside to this being a Fire type thing is that now Lycanroc has free reign. There's the Lycanroc. Lycanroc is a tough cookie right now to deal with. So what we can do is we can go Abomasnow, potentially. Not really. I think Abomasnow's 2-hit KO by a Avalugg. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm like 90% sure Braviary can take 1. 90% sure. 90% sure. That's not a lot, though. I think we go Abomasnow. I think we go Abomasnow. Oh, did we just make a misplay? I feel like Braviary or Espeon could win us this game, but I think it's only if we can get rid of this Lycanroc. Because obviously Terastallizing into that Fire type really put us on a disadvantage. They go for the Avalugg. Is that going to KO us? It does half, which is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. So Poison's going to take into effect. So that's unfortunate right there. I'm going to try and go for the Aurora Veil just in case it doesn't KO us. That'd be nice to have the Aurora Veil. But I'm pretty sure it does. Unless it's a really low roll. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does. So there we go. Down goes the Abomasnow, which is a real shame. What can you do there, though? What can you do? What can I do? What can I do? Not a lot. Braviary's looking alright, though. If we can get rid of this Lycanroc, we'll be golden with Espeon. Let's see how this works out for us. So let's go into the Braviary. We might get wrecked by this thing. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. Brave Bird's our best option because even if they bring in the Mismagius, we can sort it. It's no problem. They're going to withdraw the Lycanroc. Okay, so I know what the plan is now. They're going to go into Primeape just to sack it off because they know they don't need Primeape. Both our remaining Pokemon do good against Primeape. Brave Bird's going to KO the Primeape, no problem there. I know exactly what they're doing. They wasn't confident that the Braviary would OHKO the... they wasn't confident the Avalugg would OHKO the Braviary. So they're going to go into the Primeape, sack it off to the Brave Bird to get the recoil damage, which is then going to make it so that the Avalugg probably will KO. So we go for the Brave Bird again. They go for the Avalugg. That's probably going to KO Braviary from here. That's rough, that is. That's real rough. So unfortunately, Espeon doesn't make it to the thumbnail this game. We're going to have a nice Lycanroc one, which is going to be pretty awesome, actually. I've got some cool effects that I want to use for the Lycanroc thumbnail, so that's pretty awesome. Lycanroc's definitely going to one-shot the Espeon, though. Definitely going to one-shot the Espeon, and even if it doesn't, Mismagius is in the back, and the Poison's going to stack. So let's go for that Psychic real quick. They go for the Avalugg. It's definitely going to KO us. It's Tough Claws, Terastallize boosted. 100 billion% going to KO us, and then that's going to be the game. So, GG, Scorpion. That was a pretty fun game. It came pretty close. I think we played all right. I don't think we made any bad misplays. Let me know if you noticed any, though. I'm sure people will let me know, because you always let me know when I misplay. You always let me know. Without fail. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.